How do I look? How do I look? Is it good? Is it good enough for YouTube? Hi everyone, welcome to next episode on NATALKA Design channel. My name is Natalia. I'm the founder and CEO of NATALKA Design, digital visual company. Basically, we just do a lot of creative visual storytelling for companies. So we make sure that there's a message. It's usually a complicated message that they want to engage their audience with, and we try through different tools like animation, live scribing, VR, infographics and whatnot to bring that message to life, to give it a bit more engagement, visibility, impact. So today, just so I was thinking that we kind of do it properly and we explain what things are, let's discuss what is visual storytelling. It sounds a bit kind of, almost like from a fairy tale. But actually, it's a term that's used in companies a lot going forward, to be fair with you. I see it more and more and more, and sometimes when you actually look properly, the big corporate companies that we work a lot with, they actually use visual storytelling much more, and they find the importance of it more and more. In the last years, I've seen that kind of growth in terms of taking it seriously rather than, oh, it's nice to have something visual, versus we need to explain stuff in a better way. Before we continue, I always forget, please hit subscribe button and hit that bell so that you know when the next video is coming. I did my homework, the hair is always in my face. Let's dive right in. There we go. So what is visual storytelling? I mean, I'm not going to go into depths of it because I could speak about it for minimum 40 something minutes. You don't want that, I don't want that, because I'm gonna lose my voice. And there's a lot of different talks that are online that I've done and explaining literally what's visual storytelling. I can link them down below or up, whatever it is that we'll do. There's proper long talks on that, so you can enjoy and watch if you want to. Even my TED Talks are about that, so I can always link all that below. I'm just gonna throw a ball in there that I've done TED Talks because I have 6. Okay, so visual storytelling. Visual storytelling, in short, is something that has been with us for ages. Before me and you were on this planet, the first language that people actually spoke was visual. So when you go back to cavemen and first people on this planet, literally, that we can call humans, that were discussing things and telling stories, there was no Turkish, there was no Italian, there was no Polish, there was no English. There were pictures. And that's how people communicated. They were creating beautiful visual stories of how they lived, where they went, what they did, what sort of connections they had between themselves. And then if we go into the modern world, we all drew as kids. Even if you weren't really inclined to do it, you were still drawing. I think there's no kid on this planet that haven't been drawing. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I was one of those. I was definitely drawing too much. And when we grow up, basically that sort of skill and that sort of will to do it fades off, because as adults, we're not really naturally asked to draw or doodle or visualize things if it's not part of our work. So it's a skill that kind of is forgotten and kind of put aside, which is quite sad. And that's why I'm here. That's my mission in life, to kind of bring that back, because it so helps. It's ridiculous how much science there is and how much backup there is. And there's papers on it. There's literally, I can link all that as well. I can send you it if you want. Ask me in DMs or anything like that. Get in touch. I can find so many different places and online papers on how visual communication and storytelling is important. So visual storytelling, just to give you like a little background, basically, it's just expressing ideas through pictures. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you stop using words, you stop using written text. No, it doesn't mean anything like that. It might just mean that instead of saying only things or writing only things, we add visuals to that story. We process visuals and pictures 80% better than words or than sounds. Another science fact, we process images 60 times faster in our brains than words or sounds again. So if I'm telling you and talking to you about an apple, versus I would show you an apple, you will understand me no matter what I say and remember the story about that apple for much longer, and you'll be able to recall it much quicker if I just showed you the apple. A little exercise for you guys next time. Imagine an elephant. Just go with me. Just do it. Imagine an elephant. I want you to think about your own elephant right now, whatever that is. I don't care how it looks like. You know how it looks like. I know how mine looks like. But I'm just trying to make you think about an elephant. And now I'm going to show you that elephant on the screen. So, of course, if I could talk to you, I would ask you, did it look the same? Because one fact is that I kid you not, and I promise you, even if there's 100 of you watching me right now, all your elephants would look differently than mine or someone next to you, because our imagination is whatever and our experiences are different. So you might think of a small elephant, a big elephant, a sleeping elephant, a running elephant. If they can run, I don't even know they can run. Let's try that. So all I'm saying is that me talking to you about an elephant versus actually showing one, it's a completely different ball of game, because if I show you one, suddenly we're all on the same page and we're like, oh yeah, okay, we're discussing this elephant. I'm with you. I'm focused on that. And that translates to business storytelling as well. So if I have a big meeting, whether that's virtual or in person or anything like that, if I show you stuff versus I just speak about them, you'll be much more engaged and with me, emotionally connected. If you see what I'm discussing, you will be on the same page with me. That is what visual storytelling is in a nutshell. Of course, it's not a nutshell because I speak so much. So how does this apply to you? So it doesn't have to be that you are in a specific business or area. Any one of us here, whether you're a stay-home mom, whether you work in a corporate business, whether you're a creative, a student, whether you work for yourself or work for a company, we all can use visual storytelling in one way, shape or form. If you're running your own brand, you could start using much more visual storytelling, which means content basically, in your personal brand. So whether that means using cool creative graphics on your website, whether that means using more visual pictures and doodles and graphics on your social media, maybe add some visual elements to your newsletter, to your audience, maybe send a beautiful card telling a story of whatever it is, your new idea, your new product, anything like that will be much more powerful than if you just were talking about it or writing. If you work in a corporate business, that's where we basically help so much. For the last 9 years at NATALKA Design, you have a pitch you want to present to a client. How powerful it can be if you just visualize that pitch rather than create 10 slides of text and kind of stock images that we all know and we're all so familiar with, because that's the easiest way to go about it. I agree, but we've seen it. It's kind of not bespoke. It doesn't really have personality. If you were to visualize your next pitch or presentation or brief or report, how much more powerful and engaging would that be for me as your teammate, as your boss, to engage with that? Give it a go, even if that means that on your next report you literally add one small visual in one corner. Have a look how people react, maybe even on the main title page. See what happens, you never know. If you have a strategy piece, let's say you agreed on a plan going forward, and it's great, it's nice, it's written, everyone's kind of agreeing on the 5 steps, but how about visualizing these 5 steps that we're going to make sure we do by XYZ? Suddenly you've got everyone on the same page, you've got everyone aligned, you are transforming your people's emotional connection to what is the next steps, and you're literally bringing everyone on the same page, rather than if you were to send out just another update on, here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm not saying this is not something that's not gonna work, but it's not gonna have the same emotional connection as turning it into a picture. Another way that corporate companies could use visual storytelling is literally client-facing. So what are you talking about to your audience? What are you discussing in the world? What's important to you and people that follow you? And how do you want to bring that to life? Even if you write a lot of blogs or you create a lot of content, How are you creating it? Is it engaging? I mean, our attention span is like less than a fish. I mean, what is it? Like, it's crazy. It's like 8 seconds or something. If you don't engage me after 8 seconds, I mean, I'm gone. I probably lost half of you right now. So the big companies that we're talking really big that we work with, they are becoming more of storytellers. They can't just really be like, here's our new product, here's our latest thing, buy it from us. Well, if you constantly push it on me that way, I'm going to be like, guys, like, come on. If you tell a story, what happened to a person that purchased your product, or why is there value to what your services are, or why should I be engaging with you, that is powerful, and that requires additional life to it. So pictures literally tell 1,000 words. Is that what people say? I don't even know. I should know that, right? So I mentioned a few kind of little facts around why visual storytelling is important. I mentioned that 80% of the time we all remember, retain, and recall information much better than words and sounds. We process pictures 60 times faster than anything else. So 90% of information that's transmitted to our brains is visual. So just think about it. There's a lot of stuff coming at us, but 90% of what's coming at us is visual, and that's how our brains are projecting information, kind of storing it. So when you grow up and let's say you have certain memories from your childhood and stuff, you're not going to remember necessarily what you said to your mom or what was written on a poster. You're going to remember, oh, we went there and my auntie had this interesting blouse and we went to this mountain that was so surprising that the sky was dark, remember? So it's all, our memory really behaves in a very pictorial way, and that's how we remember and recall certain things. Now, I wish I had a better memory that I have. Sometimes I'm like, oh, did we really do that? But I do remember things in pictures, and obviously having pictures from your childhood really helps, right? Because you can be like, oh yeah, I remember I had that pink bike. I mean, where's my pink bike? Yeah. Another fun fact, 70% of your sensory receptors are in your eyes. So anything that I will intake from you, that I will engage with, it's sitting here. So I can listen to you, of course, well, there's body language, there's everything, but I will get that information from you by looking, of course. So, of course, I'm discussing people who can see. Of course, it's very different for people who are blind or have problems with eyesight. But for any of us that have, let's call it healthy eyes, even though I need to wear my glasses because it's not going that well, we will get that information. 70% is all going through eyes. I mean, this is where everything is going on. And another thing that I just want to pick up on, 90% of any communication between people is non-verbal. So when we think about it, yes, I can speak to you all day, but actually what you're getting from me weirdly subconsciously is how I present myself, is the fact that I'm smiling at you, I have a lot of energy, hopefully, I'm quite animated and all that. So even if you didn't watch me with a sound, you're going to still pick up on my face and on my behavior, which is quite crazy, right? So you will remember this video from Natalia was wearing glasses and she's quite animated, but you might not remember what I said after a while. If I show you stuff, that's much stronger than, again, me speaking about it. There we go. If we talk about personal life and something that I haven't mentioned, because yes, we work with businesses and we visualize, or I was discussing your own brand and how you can use it there. In your personal life, you might think, well, how can I use it there? Let's say I don't really run a business, I'm not working right now. You might be studying, you might be at home, you might be taking care of your kids, whatever that is. Visual storytelling then can become, let's say, you doodling with your child as an activity. How powerful is to create a story together and say, you know what, let's draw a story about a rabbit that went to the space. I mean, I don't know where I took this from, but just go with that. You can use visual storytelling in a such fun way. You can exercise your brain in that way. You can play with visuals. You can create something with the other person. You can create for yourself. How about instead of writing what your next goals would be for your coming year, how about drawing them? And you would be surprised how powerful that is. Even if you don't want to draw them, you could cut it out from a magazine and just slap it on your little mood board. It's proven that it works, and it's proven that looking at things, it's so much more powerful than writing things. So next time, if you do any sort of exercise for yourself, you bullet journal, you play with your kids, you want to do something creative, just try and use doodles and try and use drawings and try and create some visuals, put together a collage, or take photographs. It doesn't even have to be drawings. Anything visual will be so much more emotionally connected and will tell a better story than using just words. For example, if you're a student and you have a piece to write, how about adding a few more pictures, or how about drawing something in, or how about filming something if that's what you do and that's what you feel good about. Anywhere you can add a visual stance, please do that. It's life-changing for your audience. It's not even about you, but if you care about how your audience takes it, do add a visual angle. So I hope this was helpful. Just few little tips on what is this world of visual storytelling, how you can use it in business, in your own brand, in your personal life, and why is it really important. I mean, there's so much science behind it, it's nuts. I'm just giving you the nuggets. If you want to dive into it more, again, get in touch, or I can really send you a few links. I will add a few links down below that resonate hopefully with you and just give you a bit more information. Again, thank you so much for joining. If you have any ideas about next videos, please comment below. Any thoughts on visual storytelling and how you've used it or want to use at your work and life, please comment below. I mean, I want this to be a conversation, and I'm super keen to hear from you and looking forward to catching up next time. So again, thank you so much. Please make sure you subscribe down below and hit that bell button so that you know when the next video is coming up, and peace out.